YWCA hosts a global movement week in honor of survivors of domestic violence to raise their voice and keep the conversation alive. One way awareness is raised is by words of encouragement written on the pavement outside the Winnebago County Criminal Justice Center to support survivors of domestic and sexual violence. YWCA Director of Family Services, Kristen Wanlin, says 1 out of 4 women will experience severe physical violence by an intimate partner in their lifetime. And it's important to be aware of your local community shelters and who to call for help.
You can be aware. If you see something, say something. If you know somebody that's going through a situation where they maybe are the perpetrator or they're the victim, speak up and say something. Encourage them to reach out for resources and seek out help and really just be there as a support system for them.